Okay, for this bird, you're going to go ahead and trace your hand, and then you're going to turn it to the side. Now you have to remember, I'm left-handed, so I'm doing things a little bit backwards to you, but you can do this just like I do when I look at right-handed people. Okay, so going around, then I'm going to hook that thumb line to my pinky line, turning it, drawing a nice curved line, and then drawing kind of a S line underneath. Then I'm coming up with the beak, little smiley face, that's a little S line with a C on the end of it. There's his little eyeball, leaving a little bit of white, and then I'm drawing a circle around that. He looks so cute. There's his little eyebrow. And then for his wing, I'm just drawing like a number 3, a letter E, whatever, with lines extending off. And then for his legs, it's just a couple lines coming down and some little V's that are connected together. He's a cute little bird. Hope you enjoyed. Okay, so for the giraffe, you're going to stick your middle finger in. There we go. And then your first 2 and last 2 are out. Trace around that for the giraffe. Okay. Then we're going to start adding some details to make it look like a giraffe. So first what we're going to do is we're going to draw the chin of the giraffe, which is kind of like a crazy letter U. Then we're going to put some C's and a backward C for the nose. There's his little tongue sticking out to eat all the leaves. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw his eyes. So I'm going to draw a big circle with a littler circle with a littler bitty circle. And I'm leaving a little bit of light in his eye so it looks like, you know, the light is shining off of his eye. Now for the second circle, I didn't draw the whole thing. I started on the first circle and it was almost like I drew a great big letter C, and then I drew a circle in the middle of it, same thing. You can see how I made it look like it overlaps. Then I'm going to draw his ear detail. So it's just a kind of like repeating the edge. Here's his eyebrows. And then I'm going to draw a little bit of detail with the giraffe spots. Try not to be perfect. Try to make them just all kind of crazy. Then I'm going to draw a little fur around his little antler things and color it, and there's the giraffe. For this bird, he has really long legs, and I'm going to start with my thumb sticking out and my fingers tucked under, trace around that, and I've got it going horizontal to start with. Then I'm going to flip it vertical because I want to leave room for his legs. So I'm making like a little S line, and then I'm hooking that line back together, drawing the circle for the eye, the little eyebrow. And then I'm going to do a little line to indicate his neck, and then like a number 3 with an extra little something under it for the wing. And I'm drawing segments for the feet, little V's coming out for the feet. And I'm thinking mine's kind of more of a flamingo. Maybe this is a stork. I'm not really sure what kind of bird this is. It could be a lot of different things depending on how you color it. But I'm just overlapping the other leg behind the one leg, and maybe your leg is going to go opposite of this. I think that's how flamingo legs go. They're kind of unusual. Oh, he's a cutie. Let's get him colored. Okay, so this one is a peacock. It could be a turkey if you repeat the hands around it, but you're mirroring your hands. So you're going to draw one hand, trace one hand on one side, keep your thumb as straight as you can, and then, see, I wish I would have kept my thumb straighter, and then I'm going to put my other hand on it. So I'll trace that other hand, and I'm actually not going to trace my thumb this time. I'm just going to leave one thumb. Go around this hand, and this is making a nice big plumage. And you could even repeat stuff in the back and make even more feathers. So now I'm making some parentheses marks, and now I'm going to make the feet. So they're just going to be little legs coming out first, and then I'm going to put feet on underneath that. So they're like little V's coming out connected together. Put a little pattern on his legs. Then I'm going to start making the face. So I'm going to start with the eyeballs, some little circles, put some little darkened spots inside of him. And then his little tufts of fur, not fur, he's a bird, feathers on the top. There comes his beak, a little triangle with a straight line on top and a V underneath. And then I'm going to start putting the patterns in on where the fingers were. So I'm just doing a real simple pattern of a circle for each finger, and then I'm going to draw a line going down the finger with another circle, and then you'll see as the things get out toward the end of the finger, they get smaller. And then you just repeat this on the other side. Over the turtle, it's going to start with your fingers tucked underneath your hand, and your thumb's just going to be gently resting there. It's not super straight. Then we're going to come in and put a little foot on. So I'm just kind of hooking toward the head and then pulling it back straight. Now for the back leg, it's just going to drop down off that pinky and come down, and then there's his little kind of toe again. And then I'm going to draw the belly, and then a curving line for where the shell ends. And now all I'm going to do is just drop down and make patterns for the shell. So you can make your patterns kind of more roundish. You could make them a lot more geometric and squarish, but you're just overlapping. So you're not drawing the whole thing. You're just drawing the bottom part. And you just keep repeating this, going all the way down to where that shell line is. Isn't that a fun pattern? Patterns are awesome. You can do so much neat stuff. Okay, so here goes the eye, a little circle with a dot in it. Here's his little mouth. There's this little eyebrow showing some emotion. What else do I need? Oh, that's right, I need toes. So I'm drawing like some little N's underneath, or M's. Oh, here's this is a snake. You're going to stick your thumb out and your pinky out, and the other 3 fingers are going to be tucked underneath. And I have my paper going horizontally, and my thumb is facing, to the front of the paper. And then I'm going to turn my paper after I get this on here. There we go. And now you can see his head is facing up, and I'm going to just repeat that like number 3 that's on the back. I'm going to draw like a letter C on the front of my thumb and a circle on my thumb for his eyes. And there's his little happy face and his little snake tongue. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to connect the coils. So I'm just going to start with a line at the top and wrap it around, and I'm kind of going down as I go to the left. Now if you're right-handed, it would be going to the right. Then I'm going to draw little V's all through here. And I'm making mine a rattlesnake. I'm putting a little rattly on his back. Now you could color this so many fun ways. He's a cute snake. Okay, for the elephant, you're going to have your fingers tucked under. I'm kind of pulling my pinky out a little bit and tracing around those tucked fingers and that little tucked finger at the end. And then the tucked fingers actually become the feet. And then I'm going to come around and connect my thumb line out, and it's going to go out to a tail. And then from his tail, I'm going to drop it down into his back foot. Okay, here comes some details. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little smiley face on him. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to put detail in for his belly and his little feet. You know, sometimes you have to do these a couple times before you really get the hang of it, and don't think you should do this perfect the first time. I usually do things a few times before I actually start liking them. So big circle, fill in the little circle. There's his little eyebrow. What other details? Oh, the ears. So that would be kind of like a number 3. You can make his ear lots of ways depending on what kind of elephant he is. And then I'm going to put some little curved lines, making the trunk look like it's curved. And color this guy, and there's your elephant. So for the snail, I'm going to have my fingers tucked under, trace around my thumb, trace around all those fingers, and then I'm going to connect that bottom line to my thumb, and I'm going to draw a line underneath. It's not, there we go, kind of a curved line. So for this snail, I'm going to draw his shell by just drawing a spiral. So it's just going to go out from the middle. And then I'm going to put some patterns in of some dots. You could do this all sorts of ways. Maybe, I'm not sure what these are living on him. Maybe some little critters. And there's this little smiley face. Okay, so for the wolf, I am tucking my middle finger in, tracing around everything else with that middle finger tucked. This is kind of like the giraffe we did before, only we're going to take it a different way. Okay, so now I'm going to draw another line on top of my thumb line, and that's like his tongue. I'm going to draw some zigzag lines in the back for the nape of his neck. Then here come his ears. I'm just drawing another line kind of down the middle-ish with a little bit of a curve to it. And then I'm going to come out and draw kind of an S line and then make it into a zigzag line, kind of a curvy zigzag line. There's his eye, a circle with another circle in it. Then I'm going to draw his nose on the front of my pointer finger. Fill that in dark so it looks like more like a nose. Okay, so for the horse, I'm going to just take my hand with my thumb against my fingers. I'm going to turn my paper horizontal, and I'm going to drop down off of my pinky. Underneath my thumb, I'm going to draw a line up, kind of a curved line. Then from that, I'm going to draw an S line coming down. Then I'm going to draw a little line coming up right before my thumb, C line in between my pointer and middle finger with a dot. Then I'm going to draw a great big eye with another circle in the middle of the circle. Fill that in, leaving a little bit of light. Then I'm going to put an ear kind of behind the eye a little bit. It's going to be a little bit smaller in the front, kind of like an upside down V with another V inside, and then a great big one behind it. So that means the one ear behind the ear behind it is actually in front. Then I'm going to draw the hair going down, and it's going to be just kind of a zigzag wavy line. And then I'm going to put some little lines coming up into it to kind of give a little indication of hair. And when I color this, you could color it so many ways. It's a fun little horse. So for this cute little mouse, I have my pinky finger and my ring finger tucked in. I have my paper horizontal. Then I'm going to draw a line coming down off the end, and then I'm going to make a great big letter C. Of course, if you're right-handed, it's going to be a backwards letter C. And then I'm going to put another line inside of the C to show the detail of the ear. Here I go. Just doing a little line inside. It kind of looks like a little peanut, kind of. I don't know. There's really no wrong way to do it. Just draw some curved line inside of it. And then here comes his eye. It's a circle with another circle in the middle of it, leaving a little light for the light shining off of his little mouse eye. Then filling in the front of my middle finger there above my index finger for his nose. And here's his little mouse whiskers, some on the back, some on the front. The more detail you put on, the more mouse-like it'll look. Here's his little details for his whiskers. And I brought up a little line for a smiley face and another line on top of my thumb line to show his tongue. And really, when you color this, it really becomes alive, looking like a mouse. For the alligator, I have my ring and pinky tucked under, and I'm tracing around. Here we go. Now remember, sometimes you have to do this a few times in order to really get it. And don't get frustrated with yourself if you don't get it right away. Okay, so there's my little C on the back of my pinky, and then a bigger C from that little C back to my thumb. Then off of my middle finger, I'm drawing kind of like a flat M, a circle for the eye and a bigger circle for the other eye, some little eyebrows above him. Here's some parentheses marks with circles on the end of my middle finger for his nose, and then of course the vicious teeth. And then here's his tongue, and then there's a little smiley face. Maybe he's not so mean, but he still has lots of sharp little V teeth. Now when you color this, it really helps it out. He is so cute.